The Volkswagen Passat is the world's best-selling mid-size sedan. Over 30 million units have been produced since its inception in 1973. And today, we have the latest B8 generation Volkswagen Passat facelift right here in Malaysia. And I'm going to bring you guys on a closer look and see what's new with the Passat. The Passat continues to be locally assembled in Pekan, and there are now 6 color options to choose from, including this gorgeous blue metallic paintwork. Highlights of the Passat include this IQ-like branding, full LED adaptive headlamps, which, frankly speaking, are quite gorgeous to look at. It even has dynamic turn signals, but also pretty expensive to replace. Other highlights include a new front grille that are more 3D-like, as well as a revised lower bumper with new fog lamp housings. If you can't tell the changes from the front, you would definitely be able to tell it from the rear. There's a new full LED tail lamp clusters with a different graphics. There is also dynamic turn signals function, but the coolest thing about these tail lamps is it puts on a light show whenever you unlock the car. Pretty similar to what you get on an Audi. Other changes include the Passat word being spelled out across the boot, similar to the Arteon and Phaeton. And if you notice, the lower bumper no longer has chrome trapezoidal exhaust exits. Instead, it's just a blank plastic trim. Interior architecture is the same as before, but there are some little upgrades here and there to elevate the cabin ambience. For starters, there's a new 11.7-inch full LCD instrument cluster that Volkswagen calls its digital cockpit. It replaces the 12.3-inch active info display of the pre-facelift Passat. Although the screen is a little bit smaller, the displays are a lot sharper and has more functionalities compared to the active info display. The 3-spoke multifunctional steering wheel is new, now with chunkier buttons. Pedal shifters are retained. Over to the center, there's a 9.2-inch Discovery Media Pro touchscreen infotainment system that supports wireless Apple CarPlay. Although Android Auto, you still need a wired metered connection. Speaking of wires, all the USB ports in the facelifted Passat are now Type-C ports. There's one in the center console, one in the center armrest, and one for the rear passengers. So if you need to connect your phones and whatnot, make sure you get the right connector. But my favorite update about the cabin of the facelifted Passat is ambient lighting. You can cycle between 30 different colors to suit your mood. Updates to the facelifted Passat are good and all that, except for one bit. They removed the analog clock from the center dashboard that's available not only in the pre-facelift B8 Passat, but also the previous generation B7. And they've replaced it with a rather cheap-looking and cheap-feeling plastic trim with the word Passat on here. Come on, Volkswagen. I know that I'm driving a Passat. You don't have to tell me that. First things first, I need to apologize for the challenging lighting, which explains my awkward sitting position. I'm trying to catch the light into my face. But anyhow, the rear of the facelifted Passat is a great place to be in, great place to be fair in. There's plenty of space, manual side sunshades, and a powered rear sunblinds, as well as a climate control for the rear air vents, and a fairly large center armrest. Under the hood is a new 2-litre turbocharged 4-cylinder TSI petrol engine. Although still the same EA888 family, this one here is compliant with the WLTP emission standards. So the name of the game here is efficiency. The engine is now linked to a 7-speed wet-type dual-clutch transmission with the codename DQ380. Compared to the previous 2-litre Passat, power is now down by 30 horsepower, now at 190 horsepower and 320 Nm of torque, so you don't get the same Golf GTI performance anymore. Although the plus side is fuel economy has improved, now 6.5 litres per 100 km based on the WLTP test cycle. Safety features has somewhat improved by a little bit. You now get blind spot monitoring system with rear cross traffic alert. Although the facelifted Passat doesn't feature the full suite of advanced driving assistance systems that bundles autonomous emergency braking and adaptive cruise control. But the bigger picture here is that Volkswagen Passenger Cars Malaysia has managed to price the facelifted Passat at 187,000 ringgit, and that is with the improved kit and the larger 2-litre engine. However, competitors of the same segment have moved on to offer full suite of ADAS systems, so the facelifted Passat, without them, may be a deal breaker for some. But credit where it's due, I feel that the Passat is still quite an appealing package because you get German engineering and one of the most powerful engines in the class. Thanks for watching, we hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this. Log on to Wapcar.my for more information about the facelifted Volkswagen Passat.